Welcome to this episode of The Wolf and the Shepherd. Today we have a special edition of In Other News. Most of the time when we do In Other News, we focus on several different fun news stories, interesting news stories, things like that. But the Wolf has informed me that this is a special edition of In Other News entitled The Great Monkey Escape. So, explain.
Well, it's a special because I managed to find more than one article on the same topic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very rare.
It is rare.
Yeah.
Not because it's difficult to find, but because I don't make any effort. Mm-hmm. Really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But you found a bizarre news topic. There are multiple stories
There are
which
three
is
stories. Yeah.
extremely rare.
It is very rare.
All right. And all you did was tell me this is the Great Monkey Escape.
Yeah.
That's all I know. So,
Yeah. Now, normally when somebody says great monkey escape, there's three different ways you can take it. You can take it as great in numbers, as in a lot of monkeys escape, a monkey who is extremely great who escapes, or it's just a great monkey escape because anytime monkeys escape, it's great.
I think so.
Yeah. So,
I want to go with the final one.
yeah.
You know, anytime a monkey figures out how to escape, that's great. But I don't even know. I'm guessing you probably glanced at this. You know where he escaped from and all that. And I'm guessing we're about to learn.
Well, the last answer is always the right answer.
Correct.
It's always great when monkeys escape, except for one of those new Planet of the Apes movies I saw.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't work out so well in that one.
Yeah, but those are apes, not monkeys.
And that's true. Yeah, that's true.
We don't like it when apes escape. Just monkeys.
Mind you, I think in the original Planet of the Apes, there was a chimpanzee called Galen, the one with Charlton Heston in. Roddy McDowall played, I think, a chimpanzee called Galen in Planet of the Apes.
It's been so long since I've seen that. And honestly, I don't think I've watched that movie start to finish. You know how there's always those
There's
movies.
lots of them, mate.
Yeah, no, I mean the original.
Oh.
But you know how there's always those movies where you're like, yeah, I've seen that, but you've never really sat down and watched it start to finish. Like everybody talks about It's a Wonderful Life around Christmas time. That's another one. I've never sat down and watched it start to finish, but it's always, been on TV and you're like, oh, I've seen this piece and I've seen this piece, and you feel like you've seen the movie, but you've never really sat down and watched it start to finish.
I love how in the category of classics you've got It's a Wonderful Life, which pretty much everybody references, and then the original Planet of the Apes.
Well, other than that and Casablanca, those are the three original movies
Ever made.
Correct.
First ones which went to celluloid, so to speak.
Yes.
Right, okay. So,
They were all directed by Francis Ford Coppola, too.
and his daughter, Sophia.
No, she was just in one.
Oh,
Planet of the Apes.
was she? The original?
Yeah.
With Charlton Heston?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is more than one monkey. So it is great in terms of numbers, but
Okay.
again, also great because some monkeys have escaped.
Well, don't give it away.
Well, it's called the Great Monkey Escape. What do you think people
Well-
are going to think it's about?
I thought that's what we were calling it.
Right. It's not like a social weekend getaway where they've gone for a spa day and it's like the Great Monkey Escape. Oh, I went there and got a facial and a nice back rub and now I have to return to the zoo the next week.
Yeah, so it's not like the movie
No,
Bridesmaids.
this is an actual
Okay.
escape, physical escape from one place to another. So the original headline, which caught my eye, was monkeys escape after truck crashes on Pennsylvania highway. Now,
Okay, that starts off a little catastrophic.
Now, before you say anything, really, I'll let you know that the first headline I actually read there said "Onkeys escape after truck crashes on Pennsylvania highway" because the marker on the website covered up the M words. It just says "Honkies escape."
Gotcha. Okay, so their logo kind of covered that up and confused you.
Right.
And then when you said Pennsylvania Highway, I thought you were going to say Pennsylvania Avenue, like in front of the White House.
No.
Okay. Because I thought, oh, now we're going to put a political spin on this, but okay.
Jamie Labar was working at the front desk at a Super 8 motel in Montour County, Pennsylvania on Friday when she heard that there had been a crash on the highway nearby. "I thought it was just another car accident because there's always accidents there," she said. But it was not just another accident. The Pennsylvania State Police said that a pickup truck with an enclosed trailer full of 100 monkeys.
Wow.
Had collided with a dump truck, which is something you normally only see in a Warner Brothers cartoon, but let's go with it.
Wait, back up. Maybe I misheard you. Start that sentence over.
But it was not just another accident. The Pennsylvania State Police said that a pickup truck with an enclosed trailer full of 100 monkeys.
Okay. The trailer had the monkeys. I'm picturing 100 monkeys in a pickup truck.
Oh, right. Just like the passenger part of it in the cab.
Right. Like they're all just having a blast.
Yeah.
Like it's every which way but loose with Clint Eastwood, but
And
instead
Clyde,
of
the
one,
orangutan,
there's like 100 in there.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the enclosed trailer full of monkeys collided with a dump truck, and that 4 of the monkeys had escaped.
So out of 100, only 4 got out.
Well,
The other 96, tell me they didn't die.
Well-
that's going to be sad.
if you've got 100 monkeys, it's normally for one purpose only, and that's like in a laboratory, right?
Well, it also sounds like a third grade math problem.
Yeah. So
You have 100 monkeys and you're driving on a Pennsylvania highway and you crash and 4 escape. How many do you have left?
But the good news, as we discovered the other day, if you live in Oregon, the governor has decided that it'd be a good idea to get rid of math, reading, and writing from the curriculum, so you wouldn't actually need to know the answer to this problem.
Yeah, so in Oregon, the answer would be 4 because there's only 4 that escape, so that's the only ones that matter.
Well, I think they've defunded the police, so there'd be nobody looking for them anyway.
Oh, that's true. But wouldn't that be an animal control problem?
I don't know.
Or do they have
Send out the
equal
social
rights
workers.
now? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So, but if there's 100 monkeys, they've probably come from a lab or they're going to a lab, right? So you can understand.
Sad to think that way. Can we put a positive spin on it and they're just being transported from one zoo to another zoo? Let's not make it bad like they're going to or from a lab.
I bet that's what happened though. But anyway,
I
here we
know,
go.
but can we try to remain positive?
All right. I'll remain positive with this. Literally the very next paragraph here. The cynomolgus monkeys, which are often used in scientific research and can cost up to $10,000 each.
Dang, that's an expensive monkey.
I'll tell you what, I bet you that freaking dump truck is a deliberate hit because if you stole like 100 of those at 10,000 each, that would be people from Oregon. Don't bother calling in because
Right.
you don't obviously know the answer.
Yeah, more than $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have more than one monkey.
Yeah, you got some
at
extra O's on the
$10,000.
end of it. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I'd have deliberately hit that,
Maybe it was organized crime.
and they've completely missed it because they've defunded the police. And
Right.
So now they just taking a guess that it was an accident when in fact it was a targeted theft. But anyway, they've been on their way to a lab in Florida, obviously to, enjoy a milkshake and, have a day out at the park and stuff, man.
Well, the weather's better in
Yeah.
Florida than Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And 150 miles northwest of Philadelphia, which doesn't really mean anything to us other than that. We do remember that poor robot which got destroyed in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the
City of Brotherly Love. And the robot which was hitchhiking all the way across the United States. And in
Right.
the City of Brotherly Love, it got beaten up and ripped to shreds. So.
Yes.
No people were hurt, but troopers and state's wildlife officials responded as the search for monkeys intensified into the evening hours. A state police helicopter was also put on standby, but had not yet been deployed for aerial reconnaissance. So that was a bloody lot of good then.
That doesn't even make any sense.
So you got a helicopter on standby. It's
Right.
like, great. All right.
and the dude's sitting there.
what's that? Searching the trees.
Yeah, he's like ready to go. And like, look, we got a bunch of monkeys on the loose.
If
You've
we
gotta
don't
be
find
ready.
them, you're up. Because
Yeah.
heaven forbid they find somewhere like under a bridge or somewhere you can't see from the air. Let's get them while they're still moving and trying to find.
Are they all like, did they abscond with hang gliders or something?
Right.
And that's what the helicopter is going to discover?
Okay. At 10 o'clock, most of the monkeys had been contained, but there were 4 that had still not been located.
Oh, okay. So this is the 4 that have escaped.
Lay-
So let's be honest, and for those of you listening in Oregon, ignore this part. So they got 96% of the monkeys up front.
Yeah.
So we don't know if any died, which is good. Let's not talk about monkey deaths
I
because
bet it
that's
answers that question here soon.
yeah, probably so. But so far, the Pennsylvania police did a pretty good job. They got 96 of them accounted for, but they realized there was 100 they did some quick math and figured there's 4 on the loose.
Well, they discovered another 2 that night. So now we're up to 98 they found out of 100
Oh, okay.
at that point.
Gotcha.
So the other 2 monkeys remained on the loose. There's a bit of a...
Now, wait. So we don't know. So they found the 96 pretty quick.
Yeah.
Then it took them a while to find the other 2. Did
Yeah.
they just like go to a bar
Hang out together or something?
and say, dude, let's go get a drink? I mean, we don't really get out that much. We got out of this trailer. Let's go have a drink. Had too much to drink. Cops walk in. Bartender's like, dude, there's 2 monkeys here drinking. And then they're like, oh, this is how we got caught. We probably should have just went in, ordered a drink, had that, and then went somewhere else. So the other 2 that are still on the loose were the smart monkeys.
Right. It's a bit... Oh, they're trying to educate us here in this article.
Or
Cynomolgus...
maybe the other 2 started a rap career and it just went south.
Given the high rate that hip-hop stars are currently being shot, that would be the most dangerous occupation.
that's a
Probably
good
more
point.
dangerous than going to the lab, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, these monkeys are in such high demand for coronavirus vaccine research at the beginning of the pandemic that some scientists were talking about the need to create a strategic monkey reserve, an emergency stockpile similar to those maintained by the US government for oil and grain.
A strategic monkey
That's it. We're never
reserve.
doing another news again. That's ridiculous.
I don't think we can ever top that.
A strategic monkey reserve.
I always thought it was kind of crazy that Canada had a strategic maple syrup reserve,
Right.
but I did not know the U.S. government had a strategic monkey reserve.
But I can get that with Canada because that's a lot of their exports. That's
right.
where a ton of
That's
their
their
money
only
comes
export.
from. Yeah.
That and horrible music.
Yeah.
And bad actors. But we have a strategic monkey reserve.
Scientists after the pandemic.
How do you apply for the job to manage the strategic monkey reserve? Because I think we should just quit the podcast and you and I manage this strategic monkey reserve. How much fun would that be? Just play with monkeys all day. That's pretty much the job, right? And make sure they don't crash in a trailer. I mean, if you and I were in charge of the strategic monkey reserve, would you hire some dude in a pickup to take them with a trailer from somewhere? No, we'd charter a plane. We'd be smart about this,
Well,
right?
no, we wouldn't. What
Yeah,
we'd
we
do-
would.
No, listen.
We
and I'll
have
tell you why.
we have government money to play with this, right? So we would charter a plane. We would sit in first class. We'd make the monkeys sit in coach. Then we'd make sure they all get there.
No, I'll tell you what we would do.
What's
We'd go
that?
with the original plan, send them in the truck, put a hit on the truck, get away with all those monkeys, steal them and sell them on the black market, and come out way, way richer. Because I can guarantee they're not going to be paying us that much for managing the strategic monkey reserve.
So I see where you're going, but you're missing a big piece of this puzzle. If we did that in our past, in other news, we talked about the IRS. We would have to claim that on our taxes
Oh, crap,
if we
yeah.
stole the monkeys
Yeah.
and sold them. So now we're going to owe all these taxes.
Back taxes on stolen monkeys, yeah.
See, sorry to, piss on that idea.
Well, the IRS
but
are pissed on that parade. So,
yeah, exactly.
So,
Would have been a good idea before that.
So the second article I found was from a completely different news source, but a few days later with updated information.
Okay, but at this point, the other 2 monkeys, they're still on the loose, right?
That's the knowledge I had going into this next article.
Gotcha. So a few days later, this next article comes
Yeah,
out.
this one kind of muddies the waters a little bit because it's not consistent with the last information we were left with on the previous article.
Okay. So actually, we can look at different news sources about the same story and get more to the story or a different version
Yeah.
of the story. What a novel idea.
Yeah, or it's all bullshit and they're making it up.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right. So is the headline: Escape artist, and they've put an escape with APE, ape, all in big letters.
Oh, how clever.
Look at that. Escape. Escape. Yeah. So.
Oh, somebody got at least a B in
Yeah,
English.
right. So, escape artist. Police warn public not to approach lab monkey, singular, that got away in Pennsylvania truck crash as they hunt it down and shoot dead 3 other escapees. So, those other 4 which were found. Yeah.
Now we're down to 3 they found and they killed them.
Yeah. Well, you got to send a lesson back to the other 96, didn't you? got to set an example.
Do you think they told the other 96? The
Probably made him
3
watch.
Oh, that would be
Because
terrible.
they didn't say they
like
shot them on the
firing
spot.
squad.
Yeah, they didn't say they...
I bet they did.
Yeah, because
That's
it's like,
terrible.
monkeys, I know you were dreaming of going off to a life at a laboratory where you're going to have probes stuck up your ass, but on the good side, you'll probably get to smoke about 150 cigarettes a day and,
Right.
that kind of thing.
But see what happens when you don't listen to us.
Yeah,
And then they shot the other 3 monkeys.
and you can have all 20 COVID boosters all in one day.
Right. Yeah.
Ironically, more chance of dying from that than the cigarettes probably. But,
Yeah.
So anyway, let's read more about this. So Pennsylvania residents have been warned not to engage a crab-eating macaque that escaped from a truck carrying 100 monkeys. So all of these monkeys were not the same. Before we were led to believe they were that word I didn't pronounce very well, but now there's another one. And this is the one still on the loose.
Crab eating? Like they only eat crabs?
Well, I'd assume that's an identifying characteristic because they wouldn't call you the pizza eating shepherd because it's not really
Right. Because
narrowing
like
it down,
steaks.
is it? Yeah, that's true.
But I wonder if they found the other 3 monkeys at a Red Lobster.
Do you think
know,
they've
well,
got
they-
seafood fetish from one of the injections they had at the previous
Oh, no,
lab?
you said they're crab eating.
Yeah.
So were they at Red Lobster for that like endless crab dinner?
Well,
Like,
they weren't crab eating macaques, though. I don't think
Oh.
they were that other type of monkey, the lesser monkey, the ones which weren't smart enough to escape properly.
tofu monkeys.
Yeah. So anyone who locates the monkey is asked not to approach, attempt to catch, or come in contact with it. Please call 911 immediately. 3 more monkeys that escaped after the truck transporting them was hit by a dump truck has since been captured and their condition is uncertain. Now, did it not literally say right at the top of the headline that they'd been shot dead?
Well, we'll go back to the top of the story.
Yeah, so
that's
shoot
what
dead.
you literally just said.
I didn't write the article.
I know. I just said you literally just read
Yeah.
it. You just said that they were killed.
Their
and
condition
then-
is uncertain. Maybe they got shot but didn't kill them. Oh, it's warning shots to
or
convince
the
other monkeys.
tranquilizers, like in the movie Outbreak, where
that's
they shoot them
true.
with the tranquilizer. Okay,
That's misleading, isn't it?
Yeah.
So crates with live monkeys. So they weren't just in the back of this pickup in a container. They were actually in crates as well.
Oh, that's a shame because I picture them like having a party back
Right,
there.
like party bus.
Yeah,
like you see
exactly.
those pink stretched limos, like that.
Right,
But
like
for
poles in the
100
middle.
monkeys.
The female monkeys are
They'd be
dancing
good at
around
that,
on the
wouldn't they?
poles. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You got to admit, if they ever do cross species pole dancing, the monkeys are probably going to be charging high dollar for
absolutely.
it. So here we go. A witness said he thought he saw a cat run across the road before making the shocking realization that it was actually a fleeing primate. And now, remember this author, how they started off the article? The great escape, right?
Right.
His comment in the middle of this article here, while he's on a roll, he says, "They're going bananas."
It's a dad joke.
Sooner this intern gets fired, the better, I think.
Yeah.
So here we are. Hopefully more details in this. 4 monkeys escaped in Pennsylvania after a truck, blah, blah, blah. Locals have been warned not to approach the dangerous, and they've called him a holdout primate.
Oh.
He's a holdout.
Yeah,
He's a dirty holdout.
Well, he's the smartest one of the bunch, right?
Right.
So now all of a sudden humans cannot interact with this because he's the smartest monkey of the bunch. He's literally, forgive us, Oregon listeners, in the top 1% of monkeys.
Yeah. So apparently the Cynomolgus is just the technical name for that macaque, the crab-eating macaque. So it is actually that they are all the same.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that all the monkeys look the same, but they do all
sounds
look the same from
kinda
the photo. I think it's actually just a stock photo of a random monkey.
I'm sure it is.
I don't think it's the actual monkey
Yeah.
who's on the loose. So fast forward to 2 days ago,
Oh.
and I came up with
Okay,
an
so
update.
this is the end of the second article.
No, this is the beginning of the third article. This is another article.
No, I know, but you're finished with the second article. So this is, the second news story on this. So we have 99 of the 100 monkeys are accounted for so far.
3 of them shot. We're not sure what with.
3 of them shot. We're going to assume, because we love animals, that it was a tranquilizer and they didn't shoot them with like a 30-06 or, an assault rifle, because that would be mean, right?
Yeah.
But we still have 1 monkey on the loose that we can't. approach, because he's the smartest of the 1%. You got to call 911. This monkey's out there. And now we have article number 3 released 2 days ago.
Right. So first of all, for the people watching on YouTube, I want to show you a picture of what a crab-eating macaque monkey looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, this one looks fed up. Like I said, it might be a stock photo and not the actual monkey, who I'm a bit pissed they haven't given him a name yet. But yeah, that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's him.
Well, look, let's be honest. If he's in that top 1%, right, this monkey deserves a name.
He does deserve a name.
And I hope we come up with a name in this third article. If not, we're going to have to decide what to name this monkey.
Right. So
I think Eric.
This story starts going a bit dark.
Oh, no.
Not because of anything happening to the monkeys, but because of the monkeys' behavior. It does start going a bit Planet of the Apes here.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Okay.
But on a lesser degree, obviously. No guns and riding horses.
Spaceships.
Yeah, none of that stuff. So, driver who stopped to help when truck carrying 100 lab monkeys crashed in Pennsylvania and put a hand in one of the cages, says she now has a cough and pink eye after one of the macaques hissed in her face. Make sure I read that correctly. Yeah, hissed in her face. She's got a cough and pink eye.
No, I think I've seen monkeys hiss. Kind of like
Yeah.
cats. It's that.
Oh, I wasn't doubting their ability to do it. I was just making sure I didn't say pissed.
Oh, I got you.
Because that would probably explain the pink eye and the cough a little bit more than the hiss. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many germs they kind of pass on their breath.
So the monkeys weren't wearing masks.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have avoided a lot of this if
So
the
anyway,
monkeys would have had masks on.
I don't know if
Let's
there's
be honest.
I don't know if there's a GoFundMe available, but they have actually mentioned the woman. They said Michelle Fallon from Danville near Scranton was directly behind the truck. Fallon said the day following the accident, she developed a cough and pink eye. She has begun a course of antiviral drugs and treatment to prevent rabies. The last of the 4 escaped monkeys was accounted for by late Saturday.
Oh, so they caught him
Yeah, now you never guess where they caught him.
at a bar,
No,
circus,
no,
Chuck E. Cheese,
no,
church.
no,
Where? Red Lobster.
no.
Oh.
And this is stereotyping monkeys, which personally I believe is terrible, but
The zoo.
he was found in a tree. They found a monkey in a tree. Should have started looking at. That's why they should have sent the helicopter out to begin with.
So this whole time, the helicopter pilot's sitting there like, look, I can take care of this for you guys. Just let me fly the helicopter. I'm like, no, just chill out. You just stay in the helicopter. We'll call you if, we need you. And then they got all high and mighty because they found the 3 that went out and then the 1 has escaped.
Well, let's see if we can kind of like draw any light on why this woman decided she'd go up and stick her hand in a cage of monkeys that had been falling off a truck after being hit by a dump truck.
Right. Because that sounds like a very intelligent thing to do.
Yeah, right. She said, I was close to the monkeys. I touched the crates. I walked through their feces, so I was very close. That's a strange recollection from the time, and it maybe under hypnosis. I remember the smell of monkey shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't monkeys famously throw their poop all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's only some types of monkey, though.
Crab-eating monkeys probably do that, though.
Maybe.
Especially if they eat imitation crab from, like, Subway.
Right.
They could have had Subway sandwiches earlier in the day and maybe got upset, plus the motion sickness of being in cages in that trailer.
Right. Especially with all that mayonnaise they would have had with it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And probably day-old bread, even though Subway says they bake their bread fresh every day. I don't believe that.
So we were a bit shocked there were calls to create a strategic monkey reserve.
Yes.
But this next line will also
Shock
probably
me. Even
probably
worse?
excite or shock you. It goes,
Okay.
so I called a helpline to inquire if I was safe. So there's a monkey helpline apparently, or I've been bitten by a primate helpline you call to ask if you're safe. But she didn't mention before whether she'd been bitten or anything. But she calls this helpline to find out if she's safe because she was walking among monkeys, touched a crate, one hissed at her, and so she called a helpline.
I would really like to know what the phone number is for that helpline. That would be interesting to give them a call. I mean, talk about a specialized job.
Well, 1-800-APE-HISS, obviously.
No, probably so.
Yeah. Because the monkey did hiss at me and there was feces around and I did have an open cut. I just wanted to be precautious. Fallon said she got out to help both the driver and the animals in their cages, initially believing them to be cats. When she approached them and put her hand on a cage, she says a monkey hissed at her. The day following the accident, Fallon suddenly developed a cough and pink eye, which became so bad she had to visit the emergency room at Geisinger Medical Center in Danville. Shout out to Geisinger Medical Center.
Well, first of all, do they not have zoos in Pennsylvania?
Why?
Because that woman, along with somebody else, mistaked the monkeys for cats.
Oh, right. I see where you're going with this now.
Has no one in Pennsylvania seen a monkey?
They're a bit different because, I mean, you and I can't draw worth a shit. But
Right.
if we drew a monkey and a cat, I'm pretty sure we'd probably, with the fact that we'd probably put a tree in there to help you see which one was which, or a saucer of milk for the cat. So we probably would be able to tell.
Right. Yeah, well, the cat's got little triangle ears.
Oh, whiskers as well. We'd put the whiskers in.
whiskers.
And the ears. Yeah, those ears.
Yeah,
things,
the triangle ears.
So we can get away with representing a
Right.
cat.
I'm pretty sure even
Right.
in a very, angry game of Pictionary, we would be able to draw between a monkey and a cat.
Right.
But apparently people in Pennsylvania cannot tell the difference between
real
a
ones as
monkey
well.
and
Real
a cat.
ones.
And this is real. This
ones.
is not looking at a picture.
There's some giveaways, though, aren't there, in differences?
I think
I mean,
so.
even with that picture of that monkey I showed, Jerry's a little bit smaller, but he doesn't really look like a cat.
Is he smaller though?
I'm assuming so.
Well, it
There's
depends on
100
the
of them in
cat.
that pickup.
No, it depends on the cat though, because you have small cats and you have big cats. You used to have a Maine Coon. That's a
Yeah.
big cat.
Yeah.
Probably bigger than that monkey. I have a cat that's just fat. I would never mistake it for a monkey.
Yeah. Mind you, though, cats don't tend to sit on their hind haunches and fling shit with their human-like hands, though. So
That's
that
true.
should be a giveaway.
Yeah, they're pretty lazy.
Yeah. They're not always that great at climbing trees. They need help to get down.
Yeah, it depends on the cat.
I wonder if that monkey met a cat up that tree. They were talking.
Could
I've
have.
often been mistaken for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, by the way, if you're interviewed by the
there might be
media,
some false arrest coming out here because
Right.
obviously the police can't tell the difference. The Pennsylvanian residents cannot tell the difference between a cat and a monkey. So if you get arrested and they accuse you of being a monkey, stick to the story that you're a cat.
So now I'm a little concerned because we kind of dogged on Oregon with the education, but
Yeah.
it almost seems like Pennsylvania needs more help.
More zoo
when,
visits in
when
first
you were a
grade,
kid
at
in
least.
but when you were a kid in England, did you not have like a teacher that said, look, C is for cat and would show you a picture of a cat. D is for dog. M is for monkey. And you kind of learned that, right?
Well-
Apparently people in Pennsylvania aren't learning the difference between a monkey and a cat.
Well, that and the kids' cartoons kind of gave me a heads up before I got the official statement from the teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with kids' cartoons, though, because according to my kids, all pigs are British because of Peppa the Pig.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Peppa Pig. There's no the in the middle.
No, it's Peppa the Pig.
Peppa the Pig. You're not like using some classification system. What's the genome?
I don't know.
No.
That's the way I call it.
All right.
But anyway,
So if I get any more updates, we will.
we'll have a part two.
We'll
if
have a
it-
part two, but I think that's pretty much the end of the
So-
story, that they found him in a tree. I want to find out what happens to him, if it's a Julian Assange type situation. Are
Well-
they going to try and extradite him?
I think we rarely do this, so give me a little latitude here. We would like to reach out to any member of the Strategic Monkey Reserve for the United States to come on the podcast because we would love to interview you. I have got to talk to somebody that is either in charge or if they have a media department or something like that at the Strategic Monkey Reserve for the United States. I think that'd make an interesting podcast, especially in person. If they could bring like a representative of one of the monkeys and let the monkey just kind of run around the studio and throw poop at everything.
Well, I was thinking a tour of the facility in a T-shirt might be a nice bonus as well.
See, that's why you're in charge of pre-production and I'm not. I wish I'd have thought that more through. You should have been the one to reach out. Yeah, we'd rather take a tour of that
Yeah.
and maybe like walk around with, one of our phones and
Yeah.
we can take some pictures.
And given it's still early days, we do not yet have a Strategic Monkey Reserve sponsor for the
that
Wolf
is
and the
true.
Shepherd podcast. So if there are any representatives from Strategic Monkey Reserves, and it doesn't even have to be in the United States,
Do you think other countries have strategic monkey reserves?
if they're smart.
Yeah. obviously, because Americans.
We were late to the game, and it was a regret after the fact.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah. Well, with all that said, thanks for tuning into this episode of The Wolf and the Shepherd. We certainly appreciate you coming along for the ride. If you were on YouTube, please click our logo down there in the bottom and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out, and we will catch you guys on the next one.